2024 marks the 25th anniversary of the Gopher State Baseball League. Welcome, coaches and program directors, to the Gopher State Baseball League presentation brought to you by the Minnesota Youth Athletic Services. The Minnesota Youth Athletic Services was organized in 1991 as a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to improve the delivery of youth sports services to athletes, coaches, parents, officials, and the associations that serve them. The MYS today is Minnesota's largest multi-sport organization focused solely on youth athletics, with more than 175,000 kids having participated in our programs. The MYS serves as a central clearinghouse for youth sports, serving as an information channel linking hundreds of youth associations, coaches, and thousands of parents. Throughout the presentation, we'll be going over a number of topics tied to the 2024 Gopher State Baseball League season. We'll introduce our baseball staff, point everyone toward our virtual Coaches Corner, which is where coaches can find league rules, in addition to other league-related resources to assist them throughout the season. Currently, schedules and standings are live on the MYS website and can be found on the GSBL tab under the baseball drop-down menu. Now a brief introduction of our MYS baseball staff. Lance Klinkhammer, currently speaking, Eric Rathke, Bobby Strickland, Adam Cook, and our newest member, Jesse Tollefson. You can reach any of us by sending an email to baseball@mys.org. The GSBL communication policy requires any concerns, on-field issues, conduct issues, etc. to first be communicated to your program director. If warranted, your program director will then contact GSBL staff in the event action needs to be taken by league administrators. The GSBL Advisory Committee is comprised of all coaches and program directors. The goal of the GSBL Advisory Committee is to allow all involved to share their voice regarding future rule changes and other GSBL operations. Our Board of Advisors is a trusted group of individuals that are or have been intimately involved in youth baseball over the years that assist GSBL staff with decisions pertaining to the league. The GSBL Advisory Committee and Board of Advisors ultimately help shape our Gopher State guidelines. Now some brief history relative to the Gopher State Baseball League. The Gopher State Baseball League was created in 1999 and launched in 2000 with less than 100 teams. Through great dedication from our staff and assistance from those that have helped shape GSBL over the past 20 plus years, today there are over 500 teams originating from over 70 communities participating in the league. Here we would like to talk about a few rules-related items. Gopher State Baseball League has age-based sets of rules in place and posted on our website in our Coaches Corner. If a rule in question is not addressed in GSBL rules, always reference National Federation of High Schools rules to apply a ruling. In the event your home field has certain conditions or requirements that opposing teams need to abide by, please make sure to communicate those details well in advance of the game. In order to avoid miscommunications or other issues during a game, be sure to discuss any and all rules-related questions with the opposing team and umpire during the pregame conference. Gopher State Baseball League is now a Youth First accredited league in partnership with Minnesota Softball. Abuse of any kind directed toward an umpire will not be tolerated and will result in outs, suspensions, and disqualifications. Any player, coach, or spectator who violates the Minnesota Softball MYS Youth First conduct policy before, during, or after a contest may forfeit their team's opportunity to continue participation in GSBL and may result in a temporary or permanent banishment from any Minnesota Softball MYS sponsored events. Moving forward, all disciplinary action will be sent to the Youth First Alliance Conduct Review Committee, an independent group for review and recommendations. Notification of any disciplinary action may also be shared with other Minnesota event operators. All players must complete a waiver code of conduct prior to the start of the season. This deadline will be strictly enforced. We encourage everyone to read through and gain a thorough understanding of all league rules. A few that we would like to point out specifically are the following. Pre-game warm-up. Make sure to review specifics regarding pre-game warm-up timelines, which are ultimately designed to ensure teams begin their games on time. Pitching restrictions. A full review of this information will ensure your team stays in accordance with all pitching restrictions and prioritizes the safety of your players. Continuous batting and free substitution. A full FAQ is available in the Coach's Corner to assist coaches with an understanding on how continuous batting and free substitution is applied. Please make sure to review this material as it will likely answer many, if not all, of the questions you may have in this regard. Base running and sliding. It's very important to review and understand all rules relative to base running and sliding to ensure safe play on the diamond. An example of this, one of the most misinterpreted rules involves base running at the 9U and 10U levels regarding stealing home. As a clarification of this rule, players may not steal home on an overthrow from the catcher back to the pitcher, or if a catcher throws the ball to second base in an attempt to throw out a runner stealing second base. The only time a runner may steal home is if an attempt is made by a defensive player to pick off and/or retire a runner occupying a base. This rule is in effect for the duration of the season for 9U teams and until May 31st for 10U teams. Run limits. Run rules do apply to all league games and vary by age. Once a run rule has been reached, the teams can choose to continue playing. However, the official game result is at the time of the application of the run rule. All information relative to bat standards is posted in Coach's Corner. GSBL will continue to use the USSSA bat standard for the 2024 season. Just as an FYI, bat standards are age-based, so make sure to review our bat standard information as it applies to your age level. Look for the USSSA thumbprint or the USA baseball mark located on the handle of the bat. Here we would like to address a few items related to pitching restrictions for GSBL. All of this information is again available in our Coach's Corner by clicking on the Rules section for your appropriate age level. Touching briefly on a few items, days of required rest is a restriction relative to the number of pitches a pitcher throws in a game. Make sure to review this information to ensure your team does not violate these requirements and prioritizes player safety. Please note, when reporting game score information, teams are required to report the pitch counts of the opposing team. Please do not report the pitch counts of your own team. Curveballs and football changeups are not allowed between the ages of 9U through 12U. Doubleheaders. Relative to pitch count restrictions, make sure to review information regarding doubleheaders. Briefly, doubleheaders are treated as one game date. Therefore, the number of pitches that can be thrown and the rest required is based on the total number of pitches thrown on that date, not in each game. As an example, at the 12U level, a pitcher may throw 85 pitches per day or 3 innings per game, which means a pitcher could throw 40 pitches in the first game over 2 innings, and then another 45 pitches over 1 inning in the second game. Innings restrictions are also based on date, so while a pitcher may throw pitches in both games of a doubleheader, they may not exceed the innings restriction. Reschedule games. If a game is suspended due to weather or darkness, once the game is resumed, all game details must remain from the original game. This means if a pitcher threw 41 pitches in the original game, upon resumption of the game, the next pitch thrown by that player would be their 42nd pitch. Small note, for purposes of pitch count reporting, only report the actual number of pitches thrown in a suspended and later resumed game. GSBL features all-inclusive playoffs. Teams may opt out of the playoffs. Please notify the league staff by June 20th if planning to opt out. Our playoff structure is tiered, which means teams will be placed in playoff brackets based on their overall season performance. Please reference the playoff dates page in Coach's Corner for more detailed information related to league playoffs. All umpire contacts and assignments are viewable on our website in Coach's Corner. A few tips when dealing with umpires. Coaches, please make sure you approach umpires with respect when you have questions about game situations. If there is an issue, please attempt to stop the game and make sure when you address the umpire, you keep your emotions in check. Gopher State Baseball is proud to announce once again we'll be featuring a League Champions Night down at Target Field, where we'll be honoring all 2024 GSBL champions against the Kansas City Royals on Tuesday, August 13th, starting time at 6:40 p.m. The Gopher State Baseball League is being administered through the Register Play online platform. Through the Register Play system, coaches can manage their team roster, report scores and pitch counts, reschedule games, find opposing coach contact info, register your team for events, and provide access to additional team staff. In order to view schedules and standings, navigate to GSBL on the MYS website and click 2024 GSBL schedules to access all schedules and standings for the season. In order to access your individual account in Register Play, use the sign-in feature located in the upper right corner of the GSBL schedules and standings page located on our MYS website. The Registered Play site has a number of useful tutorials on how to navigate the system, located in the Help section on the left menu. Additional help videos will become available throughout the course of the season in the Help section on the Register Play website in the Library of Video Tutorials. GSBL has a specific game cancellation system and rescheduling procedure. All details relative to the rescheduling process can be found in Coach's Corner. When canceling a game due to weather, please be sure to contact the umpire assigner, your field scheduler, in addition to the opposing coach. In order to be as efficient and respectful as possible, please do your best to make contact in a timely manner. If you need to reschedule a game, please use the Request Game Change button located on your team page under the Games tab in the Register Play system.
Gopher State Baseball is active on Facebook. Here you'll be able to find all the latest news as well as tournament offerings and tournament openings.
The MYS and Gopher State Baseball offers a comprehensive youth baseball program. From a season-long tournament schedule running from May through August to coaches' pitching clinics, baseball academies for development, to fall and winter leagues, we offer multiple opportunities to play baseball in Minnesota. Make sure to check out the website for information for all of our programs. Are you a team in need in baseballs this season? We've got you covered. Any team interested in purchasing baseballs at comparable prices, please send an email to baseball@mys.org or call us at 763-781-2220.
In closing, thank you for taking the time to review our coach's presentation. We would like to take a second and thank all of our sponsors for their support of Gopher State Baseball, who are vital in helping create a great experience for all. Thank you for your participation in GSBL, and good luck to all teams as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Gopher State Baseball League.